I think that's my cue to start. My internet has been faultless for the last 20 minutes. Speed tested it and everything was just going perfectly. And now it's thrown up red errors and all sorts at me. So what a way to start the stream. Hello everyone, welcome along. Nice to see you. I hadn't dropped any frames and now I've dropped a whole heap. So if things are a little bit laggy and I'm not coming through cleanly, that is why. Goodness knows what happened, but on the hour of 9 PM, apparently everyone in the country decided to turn on their streaming services or something like that. Who knows? Who knows? How is everyone doing though? Welcome along. Good evening to you all. Hope you are doing well. Nice to have you here. Nice to see so many of you here to start with too. And so many of you up so early in the States. Jeremy and Legacy, you guys are nutters? Legends? I don't know what it is, but good to have you both here, mate. Good to see you both. Callum, how are you, mate? Hope you're going to be on your best behaviour. Chinook, popcorn ready. Well, you've had your entertainment to start off with. My beautiful internet. How you doing? Outdoor Nut, nice to see you as well. Western New South Wales all underwater at the moment. IRL massive rains out there. I had heard that they'd had quite a bit of weather. I didn't realise it was quite that bad though. We've got snow. It's what, middle of spring at the moment, and it's not snowing where I am, but there's snow to sea level, and it's meant to be 0 degrees overnight tonight. It's unheard of this time of year. Everyone's rushing to get their animals in. You know, there's lots of lambs, lots of calves, and all sorts around. What else is there? All the orchards were worried about their cherry trees and grapes, which are just blossoming and just budding and those kind of things. So all sorts of fun and games for people. But anyhow, we are here on Southern Cross again. I was going to jump across to what we talked about last week, the Western Aussie, but I'm going to delay that just a little bit. I want that map to be all platforms. At the moment, it's only available for new gen consoles, the PS5, not the PS4 and other ones, because of it was causing a crashing issue for some people on PS4. So hopefully they can get that resolved. Once it is, we'll put it on a server, then we'll crack on from there and try and get some multiplayer game going. Should be good fun. Hey, Mr. Stay Drunk, how are you? Nice to see you. You're sore, Callum. Why are you sore? But why are we sitting in a white mouse? Yeah, we're in a Steiger at the moment. Obviously, we've picked up a contract for some cultivating. This is one of the fields we actually harvested last time, and I saw the Steiger and I thought that's worth it. We'll pick that up and get this contract done. We're going to use Courseplay, obviously. That's why we're skipping rows. It was about an $18,000 contract, so it was pretty worth it for the equipment we're using. And we're actually going to go over and do field 22, that one in the distance you can see. That needs doing, and we're going to use the same bit of kit. So we're going to leave them running while, make some money for us while we go and do some other things. But it's a nice tractor actually. I haven't spent much time on the Steigers. Nice piece of kit. Nice piece of kit. Cold in Auckland. You know it's cold when the Aucklanders are complaining, Chinook. You had a tow up, Callum. Did you call the tow truck? There's my dad joke. Do I have FS13? No, I do not. 19 and 22 are the only ones I've played. So, first things first, we have skipped forward, we're in June. Our corn's not quite ready to harvest, but I didn't want all these weeds that started growing in here. When I started skipping time, I thought, oh, we can come and collect these bales later. But if we skip forward anymore, we're going to be collecting bales and knee-high weeds. So I thought we'll come over here, get these done now. We'll skip time forward once we get into the corn. Unless you guys wanted to, we could, the other option was to chaff the corn, chop it for silage, rather than cutting it for corn. Picking the corn. Oh, I'm gonna roll that bale. Let's start. It's open to whatever. Doing whatever tonight, as always. It's just here to chill out, have a chat. It's really been my main farm sim fix, actually, at the moment, doing live streams, because I haven't had much time to do anything else, including making videos. I'm sure you've all noticed that. Aucklanders are always complaining. Too right they are, Outdoor Nut. And the rest of New Zealand likes telling them that they're always complaining. So I'm not going to get too adventurous with loading these bales. I'm going to have to take these ones down to sell, so there's enough probably to do them just double stack rather than triple stack. It's funny actually, I did the thumbnail for this last night, and then I noticed that one of my thumbnails from last time we loaded bales was pretty much exactly the same. Why those are sticky? Oh. Why? Start. Oh, that's why. Too much weight up there. This is when Argsy goes and ignores you all because he's too busy concentrating on bow loading. What a terrible start. I'm flying my own standards here at the moment. Are you a born and bred Aucklander, Chinook, or are you an imposter? One of the many who sought the riches of working in our biggest city. Hello Ruben, how are you? Good, great to have you here this evening. Hope all is going well. Scott free for me. He'd logged in his wrong account. Thought I could escape you by streaming at 4 AM. Not at all, Legacy. Not at all. How you doing, Scott? You got the right account this time? How are you, mate? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. You're up here nice and early as well. Too early. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. And I knew who it was. I actually didn't even click it was wrong account to start with. And loaf of bread. Is that Copeland's bread? Is that the bakery in Christchurch? It's the famous Christchurch bakery, isn't it? Copeland's. There's a man who might know the answer to my questions. How are you, Mornay? Nice to know whether we're going to see an update for Western Australia to make it all console platforms compatible. I know there's obviously it's been pulled to only say PS5 and the Xbox One, I think. With the advanced Xboxes, I can't even remember. Hey Banks, how are you? Good to see you. Gosh, I must have got half of America up this morning, the way things are going. Daylight Savings was here last weekend, Banks, or 10 days ago, so we have skipped forward, or sprung forward, an hour. So it's the normal time for me. It is just gone 9 PM New Zealand time. Of course, it'll be an hour earlier for you and everyone else. It caught a lot of people out last week, actually, when I streamed. No sleep for you. Don't stay awake on my behalf, Legacy. Go and get some shut-eye, mate. I did see you were actually streaming on Discord. Popped up on my home to see you were in doing that. Wondered what it was you were doing, but I think I was at work at the time, so I better not go and look at that. Ooh. Oh. Tell you what, team, I'm not starting off very well with my bow loading. Not by my usual standards, that's for sure. Nice to see you, Banks, anyhow. Welcome along, man. Good to have you here. Oh, Scott, no way, mate. That's rough. Hope it wasn't too serious. I'm assuming drying out rugs and floors. Well, if that's all you have to dry out, then I suppose that's a positive. Okay, 5 to go. So I think I did do a count beforehand. There's about 33 bales over in the other field, so we might have to stack them 3 high in there. Or take a couple of trips. Either or. We shall see. It's going to work best for us. Those prongs in and that'll stop the bales sliding around, because that seems to be my problem at the moment. Nothing valuable is ruined, but the house smells like wet dog. Nasty. It's not pleasant. But like you say, at least nothing valuable was damaged or ruined. I don't know how it works with insurance and properties where you've got multiple dwellings. Do you have to insure yourself against causing issues which might affect your neighbours? Much tidier. Good morning to you, Jammin. Welcome along. Good evening from me, at least. It is 9 in the evening. That's 9 on a Wednesday evening here. Hope you're shaping up to have a good Wednesday. Renter's insurance, right. So is renter's insurance, is that even, like, do you, yeah, is that even if you own the property? Renters is because it affects someone who's renting, is it? I don't know. But it is required. That's good. Back to the office at the airport from the 17th. Where have you been working, mate? You've been in town. But or square them up, at least make them messier. We all know how good Bale physics are in Farm Sim, although I must say S22 is much better than our predecessor. Even that one slid in on its own underneath the other. Previously you would have probably tipped everything else off. Oh, you've been working from home. So that wouldn't be too bad doing your shift work while still working from home. Get up 5 minutes before logging in. Is the weather causing any issues with flights and that down south yet? No snow or ice causing airport closures or anything? Nothing I've heard. $9:10 AM in Scotland on a Wednesday. Yes, you guys are 12 hours behind us now with our daylight savings change a few weeks or a wee while ago. Week and a half ago. Okay, so we can take that load down. We'll click the tractor here and we'll come back and get it in it. Hey Crofter, how are you, man? Good to see you. Into our beautiful K2. We'll go see what we can earn off this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 bales. Hey, Bob Burns, good evening. Hello from New South Wales. Hello from New Zealand. Good to have you here. Traffic jam getting to the low in the morning. Trying to think of something smart to say and nothing comes to mind straight away, so. As long as there's no jam when you get into the loo, it'll be fine. JC Gaming, what's up? The best at Bale stacker in Farm Sim. That is a huge accolade, which I will gratefully accept. Welcome along, nice to have you here. Hope all is well. I hope everyone's doing well. Nice to have everyone here. Got 3 days off. I did see you were in Green Valley a little bit earlier. Alright, best bets on 13 bales. I'm going to go for 5 between 5 and 6 grand. Between 5 and 6 grand. Moment of truth. Strapped. Oh, $800 a bale. Well, okay. Bit more than I thought. No, not as much as I thought. 3.8. Okay, can't have been $800 a bale. Would it? No. No, $800 a bale would have been more than that. I'll do quick maths in my head. Not working. A warm seat in the loo from others' bums would have me avoid that traffic jam. You know, when we were kids, we used to have, best way to say it. When I was younger, our house had kind of been renovated at one stage, and we had an old toilet, which was the old rundown outhouse. Probably the best way to describe it. It had a wooden toilet seat, and it was luxurious. Now you go and sit on the toilet, and you know, it's a cold day, and the cold toilet seat kisses you on the cheeks, and it gives you a bit of a shock. Well, the wooden one never had that. It was almost a preference. You'd overlook the cruddiness of the bathroom and the loo, so you'd go and use the wooden toilet seat. Things you remember as a kid. Alright, let's leave that there and go and find our tractor. In fact, you know what I'm going to do before we do that? Go and see how, look at that. Chilling through it. Those are just joining. We've picked up a couple of contracts doing some tillage, getting some cultivating done. A nice big Steiger tackling the work, which is cool. So we've left that going on courseplay. We've got 2 fields to do at the moment. There is. So we're doing field 4. We've got 22 to do as well. But the rate they're getting through that might look at picking up. Pick up field 15. Where's 15? 15's over on the right side. Is there any others close to us? 8 and 10. 8 and 10. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll do these 2 and then pick up those 3. Do them all at the same time. See how it goes. But nice bit of kit. And chilling through that field. Only been going for best part of 15 minutes, and it's already on to, like, it's about to start its, maybe one more row, or no, starting on headlands. 3 headlands to do. Very nice. Alright, find this tractor. Hey Steel Horse, how you doing? Nice to see you on this fine Wednesday. Counting down the days to Bathurst, are we? I am eagerly anticipating, although, I'll tell you what, does not sound like it would be a pleasant event to be at. It is, the weather forecast doesn't look too good, does it? I see they put out a statement on the Supercars Facebook page tonight about, regardless of weather, everything will be going at this stage anyhow, so be prepared. I think I did read somewhere that, you know, the rain might be a good leveler, but it might also make for a more interesting race than less of a sprint race than it's turned into lately. Guess we'll see. Is that, no, that's a oh, not his latest one. I'm just trying to remember. I got Carl Farms ones in store. I actually thought it might have been one of the Giants ones, but Giants don't do a wheeled one. Oh, yeah, they do. I think it's just the Giants one, Crofter, because it's a it must be. It must just be the Giants one because it's a contract. Use the Giants one. All right. It's going to be the best way to load this up. So I got 13 on last time without triple stacking. Maybe what I might do, I might single stack and then put a double on top, rather than trying to lift 3 at a time, because 3 at a time with this little tractor just doesn't quite have enough weight. The in the back. Wheat. So even then, going too fast and you can do a pirouette. Hey Samuel, how are you? Good to see you, welcome along. Evening to you. silly, even though I'm turning it away. Right, if we do that first, and then we'll should be able to triple stack quite easily. Was it a successful tournament last weekend? So that was a weekend and a half ago. Steel Horse, 10 days ago. But yeah, I mean, the team, my main team I coach, which was under 11s, they lost their semi-final 1-0. They only conceded 2 goals. They went through all the pool games unbeaten. Finished up second in pool as the team they drew with won all of their games. I think we had 2 draws, but yeah, no, we got to the semi-finals. They played really well. The conditions were terrible. It was wet and pretty pretty miserable day. And then the following day, I had the pleasure of coaching my other son's team, which was under 10, and they started well. They won their first game comfortably, and they hit some tougher teams for the last 3, and they lost all 3 of their last games, but only by about 1 goal each time. So they were competitive, which I was very proud of, and it was really the first time they'd played together as a group. They'd been training together, but they hadn't played games together, so it was a bit of a it was a good start. Bodes well for the future. Hello Shubs, how are you? Great, I must say. Great to see so many green names in chat. Huge thanks to generous supporters who've obviously, those of you who have chosen to be members and supported me for a long time. In some instances, those who have only just recently become members, and also to those who've been gifted memberships lately. So it's been great to have so many of those coming through. Lots of legends in the community, it's awesome. Let's just give that a tickle. Stack this without knocking it over. Go. Unclip, unhook. Beautiful. Right, we get another layer on the bottom. In fact, might just do a single one from this side, not that angle though, we're not to. Rather than trying to push it across like we did last time. So I've been slowly putting together some more 5-minute farmer on Griffin. I'm going to carry that series on for a little bit longer. Obviously fell behind. Things have been pretty busy. School holidays here at the moment, so we're busy again. Lots going on at work, so content has really taken a bit of a back seat. And I'm not going to lie, I've got a little bit, lacked a little bit of motivation lately, so being able to jump on into a live stream to you all is good therapy for that. Nice fun, good fun. But I do have some more Griffin ticking over. No tickling going on. So hopefully I can get those out in the next week or so and get a few more done. But I was having problems. Where I was going with this conversation was I was going to try and use pumps and hoses on it. I was having all sorts of difficulty. We were going to get a contractor in to apply some digestate to a couple of our fields, but yeah, just was not playing nice with me. So don't know whether it was operator error or issue with the map or a conflict with a mod I already had on there. I haven't done much troubleshooting, haven't had the time or the will to do it, so we've just glazed over that part. We've just moved on with things. Hard to believe that 35 years have gone since I was at Bathurst for the race. Is that the last time you were there, Grant? Now remind me, refresh my memory, I know I've spoken with someone about it. Was it you who used to crew for mechanic for drivers? I think there was someone who did. We've talked about it extensively, probably about this time last year. Just before Bathurst. Poor planning on the Formula 1 front, eh? Having the Formula 1 in Japan start just as Bathurst is finishing. Normally there's about an hour in between, but from what I understand, pretty much overlaps completely. It'll be interesting. I might have to try and set up a second device to watch both at the same time. Yep, on both questions. Right, here we go. A lot's changed in that time, hasn't it? Also, last Bathurst for Gen 2. Last Bathurst for a Commodore body. There's a bit of chat this week about particularly from Ford about, you know, trying to attract new manufacturers. The possibility of someone like Nissan or Toyota, or who else did they have thrown around? There's a couple of other names they had in the hat. Doesn't seem to be that appetite at the moment. Bit of a shame. Contract 70% complete. Cool. Getting done. Getting done. Like to see. I think we've been saved from the overlap by the fast races over the last couple of years, you reckon? Tell you what, it's not going to be an early finish this week. It's to go by. We had when I went to Bathurst in 2018, the Friday was a bit. The Friday was actually average. We flew into Sydney on first thing Friday morning, so we caught the red-eye flight out of Auckland at 6 in the morning, got into Sydney at whatever time it was, probably 7 in the morning with the time difference, and caught the bus straight to the track. I think we were there about 1 in the afternoon by the time we sorted everything out. Had to stop on the way. And it was miserable. It was freezing cold. It was wet. Fortunately, it didn't last like that for the whole weekend. It would not have been much fun. So those of you who are interested in it, who's your money on? Where's your money lie for this weekend? Reckon the rain will be a leveler and give others a chance, or is it going to be the experienced drivers and the experienced crews who shine through? Those with the co-drivers who might have seen the mountain in the rain before. You reckon it's only going to be wet on Friday as it shoves, or is it going to be wet all weekend? Like I said, I haven't looked at the forecast. It's been going by what's been said. There was a gap I managed to get on that last one. Where is it? All weekend. Hard to go past SVG. SVG if it's wet. Experience will win. Yeah, I reckon having Tander in his corner is going to help him immensely. I mean, you could say the same having Wingcut with Brock Feeney, but Brock Feeney's not going to have the knowledge. Could even be an outsider. Someone who's Mostert. Who's he racing with? Oh goodness, Lee Holdsworth. He's racing with. Bit of experience there. Singapore F1 was a strange race. I only saw the highlights of that Chinook, but yeah, it was from what I saw. You got to wonder though, eh? When does it rain in Singapore? Pretty much 5 o'clock every night. Let's do a night race. One's a little bit ropey. We'll get a rope across it. The romantic Holden die out in nuance Lounge. That would be pretty poetic, wouldn't it? So he won it when I was there, 18. When what's his name got cramp? Reynolds got his cramp. $100 forecast for Bathurst in the next 4 days. It's not an insignificant amount of rain, is it? G'day John, how are you? Nice to see you, welcome. Simulator YouTube, hello to you as well. Lee's driving for Tickford, I believe. Oh, is he with is he with Waters then, Cam Waters? I honestly can't remember. I was looking at it earlier too. Anyhow. Welcome along, gentlemen. Nice to have you here. Just getting the last of our bales loaded up and out to be sold. Going to get some moolah for these. Hey, Yoss, how are you? Good morning, my friend. Welcome along. I'm disappointed. Normally you come in here with some smart aleck one-liner, but we're just getting a hello this morning. Are you feeling okay? Should be a nice wet one on the mountain this weekend, eh? Yeah, it's just what we've been talking about for the last wee while, John. Looking forward to it. Should make it for a ripper. The rip schnorder of a race. Hello, Rory. Welcome along. Nice to see you. What is the total area of such a beautiful bow? That's more like it. It's more like it. So you measure the width by, so you want the area of all sides, or do you just want the area of one side? These with Grove Racing. Ah, of course he is. All of them. How many more bales have I got? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I've got space for 1, 2, 3 stacks of 9, and maybe one on the back like I've managed to do before. Let's see. Oh, and I'm going to knock that one off. Sorry. It won't mind. Like, I'm going to have to defer you to the official bale dimension guide you can find with Mr. Google there. Just Google that and let us all know, actually. That'll be quite interesting. Of course, being straw, they're slightly different slightly different dimensions to a bale, so there's also some extra allowances we need to make there. 3 stacks of 9. 3 stacks of 3, John. 3 stacks of 3 equals 9. I mean, we could try and stack it up 9 high, but I don't think this little tractor is going to allow us. Pumps and hoses definitely needs update. I'm just using BGA because the pumps and hoses needs work lots of collisions. The bug heat creative mesh might be really stuff some modders can start editing. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, when FXG and I used it on Haute Baileron with very few mods, it all worked pretty well. So I was quite impressed to start with, but then just having a little bit more of a play around with it. I'm still not au fait with everything either, controls and buttons and whatnot, so it could have been something I was doing. Manual loading took so long, the weeds have returned. We're in the weed farming business. It's to what we do is we rock our track back and forth. We let the weeds grow until they get to seed head, and then we drive through them really fast and knock all the seeds off, but it has to be a windy day so it blows across the neighbour's fence. So then they have to put more effort into weed control. Meanwhile, we don't have to worry because we come in and herbicide it, get rid of all the weeds. Happy days. What do you reckon of that tactic? Hello Swiss Mizzy, how are you? Hopefully you'll stay awake today. No worries if you need to close your eyes for a little bit either. Waylon, hello to you as well. Welcome, welcome. JMW Films, good to see you. Anyone live in Australia? You live in New South Wales. There is quite a few of your fellow Aussies here. A few Kiwis, a few Americans, a few Europeans. We're a diverse and multicultural bunch. Welcome to the stream if this is your first time. Nice to have you here. How you doing, Waylon? Are you well? Hope you are doing good. A few Earthians. A couple of three. Alrighty ho. Let's get the rest of these loaded up. Nice one. You're a Kiwi in New South Wales. Hope you had a good reason for going to Australia. And I struggle to find it. I struggle to find any outdoor nut, but I'm sure you must have had a good one. Did you go to Bathurst and then not come back? Is that it? That'd be a good reason. Less taxes. Less taxes and better wages, probably. Most main reason most people leave. No need to be nasty. Just a bit of friendly banter, John. You'd expect nothing less from a Kiwi, would you? I'm a truck driver in New South Wales. You run Melbourne to Brisbane. That's a decent haul. How long does that take you? About 1 million of our countrymen and women have seemed to have found one. Yeah, not wrong. Not wrong. Probably 1 million more you can have too if you want. We don't need them. Alright, it's going to be a tight fit to get those last 3 bales on the end. But we're going to do it, I tell you. 2 nights. 2 nights one way. That'd be right, wouldn't it? When I was a kid, we drove Melbourne to Sydney via... We overnighted in Canberra? No, I want to say we overnighted somewhere else. I can't really remember much of it. Remember the dog in the tucker box. That was about it. At least for that. Oh, don't. At least for that part of the trip. I remember other parts. We went to Bendigo. Oh, what's the other name of the place? Somewhere on the Murray River. Where are all the steamboats on? The steamboats? Are they steamboats? Paddle boats on the Murray River. Somewhere in Victoria, if I remember correctly. You'll be running a road train to Perth soon. Oh, Gundagai, that's right. That name's familiar. That with the dog on the tucker box is, isn't it? Gundagai. Good times. Don't do that now, eh? Trips like that. Go somewhere and sort of stay in the same place most of the time. Right, can get a strap. That's it. Right. Let's try and see how we go. Chuka, that's the one. Tasmania. 80s and 90s, the Kiwi pop in Aussie was higher than New Zealand. Oh, we've had the conversation before. I'm sure we have. We sent all the stupid Kiwis over to Australia and we raised the IQ of both countries. It was one of our prime ministers said at some stage. I'll tell you what, sooner, I think it'll be great. We just married up. Got rid of passports. Got rid of all the travel issues. Got rid of bales falling off the back of the truck. It's going to be annoying. Let's see if we can strap that on there. Oh, it's not going to strap on. Stayed though. Right. Yeah, it's the same currency. Same currency, no passports, easy travel. Good. Almost an EU type arrangement. Something simpler. Hey Taz, how are ya? Just as we're talking about Australia, we get a Taz in here. Great to see you. Joe Probst? Joe, how are you? I won't butcher your surname. Hey Chinook, how are you, mate? Thank you. I'm saying how are you? I know you're here, but thank you very much for those gifted subs. You are very generous, as always. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have just received a gifted sub from Chinook, make sure you say thank you. And I have set up, if you have your YouTube account and Discord linked, it should automatically give you, or automatically sync with Discord. So in my Discord server. Now I don't have anything set up properly yet, but I do need to go through that at some stage. So we'll give you a role in there. And access to a members only chat, which is pretty quiet, I must admit, but there's not too many secrets we keep. Right, there we are, all loaded up. That's it, ships, right? Would you drive this JMW? Hey, Bearded Gamer, how are you? Another one of our North American friends up nice and early. You've got to go, you're actually sitting in the Kenworth K200 right now, so I've got to go, man. All good, JMW. Safe travels, mate. Thank you for stopping into the stream. We'll hopefully see you again in another one. I did pretty good with the name. Oh, that's good. Is that the Joe part? Nailed it. Yeah, thanks for asking, Bearded. And Taz, I'm doing well, thank you, sirs. Doing very well. Busy. Busy, but nice to be able to relax on a live stream and chat the world away. What do we got on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 33 bales. Perfect number. Glad you couldn't sleep, you would have missed this otherwise. Oh, there's always this, every cloud, isn't it? Silver lining. So what do we get? We got 3 grand, maybe 7 grand for this load, maybe? What do we have last time? 12, we got 33, maybe 8 or 9? 3 times as much? Yeah, we had 13 last time, didn't we? So 2.5 times as much. Oh, we'll drive through and we'll just see. That's a way to find out. Strap everything. There's the fronts out, we're going to lose those, there's 4,000. That's, oh, there's 9 grand, plus these 3. use the bull bars on the front, give them a push into the sell point. Well, that was 9 grand, so not too bad. Worth doing, I say. Right, here we are. Almost 10. Very close to. But there we are, done. Right. That man just spawned there. It's fell out of thin air. And we're getting botted. Bot attacked. Thank you, Chinook. Interestingly enough, I think that might have been auto-moderated, was it? Because they're all greyed out for me. Okay. Just sorting out the Griffin server needs a new save. Oh no. Oh, was it all you? Okay. Thank you anyhow. Keep picking up on that. Right, we just packed away, and then we'll go and move the Steiger across to another field, pick on another contract. And then I was thinking about doing those extra contracts, but if we want to skip forward time, go and harvest some corn, we aren't really going to be able to do that. So before we drive, I want to make sure we did enough to finish this contract. Oh, I said contract completed. Yeah, it is. Okay. We don't want to accept show it as complete yet, because we're going to cheekily use this farmer's equipment to go and do the next field. Swell team we've got. We do, Crofter. How did the poll go last week? So we are going to make a shift to Western Aussie shubs. I was saying at the start of the stream, I want to wait until a update's been released to hopefully make it all platforms, because my desire was to have it as a cross-platform server. I know there's a number of you, particularly in Australia and New Zealand, who are console players, so I'd love to have you guys involved if we were going to live stream from it on a Wednesday night. So that was my plan. So instead of starting it up now, I thought I'd wait a couple of weeks and see if there's an update comes out to make it available for everyone. And there's always something to do here. We can keep moving on this map, so it's not too much lost. Turns out you don't have to go yet. I like that you've changed your name though, or added to your name, should I say? All right. Create a job. Let's play field work. Cool. Here we are. Go. All right, there. I'm going to use exactly the same settings we did last time. Generate all work. That looks pretty good. I'm going to start up that end. Drive up first. Found it's more efficient to drive, because otherwise if it goes really slow and wiggly, always something to do there, certainly is the best thing to do. This is more a means to be able to have a chat with you guys anyhow. Be more important reason for doing it. So yeah, it's the first one. That's what the boss told you. Always listen to the boss. There we are. It is our go spot. That in there, first waypoint's up, right off that, and send them on their merry way. I did notice, I was looking earlier, so in terms of our fields, number 6 did need some lime on it, hide the weeds. These two are fine. 25? Doesn't yet. Gonna need ploughing anyhow. But should have rejuvenated our pasture at some stage. Okay. Need a whole lot of love. Most enjoyable. He was told you to go, but he's meant to tell someone else to go. Chunix had his morning coffee and he's firing on all cylinders. He certainly is. Oh, he's going to Adelaide. Gosh, that's an even longer haul. I read more like Red Bull. Hey, James, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome along. Alright, next mission then. Let us go for this tractor out of here. Yeah, good mate, good, thank you. Let's go. Get back up to full speed. Stone that flaming crows, mate. Where did I get the K200 Kenworth mod from? That is from J. I always get it wrong. JFL modding. If you have a look back in some of my older videos, I did a top 10 trucks for FS22, and there's a link to it there. I just did the custom skin for it, but there is, I think it comes with about 4 different skins on it. Yeah, they're good, John. School holidays at the moment, mate. So the kids are off. Which is timely. I think they were getting pretty tired towards the end of the school term. Start to notice them getting a bit more scratchy and that at each other. It was my youngest son's 9th birthday on Saturday. Well, Friday actually. We had his party on Saturday. So he's in his last year before he turns into a teen. Well, 10. Last year a single digit. It's not a teenager, a teen queen. But no, they were good. Being away for a couple of days tomorrow. I'm staying here for at least a night. Go and catch up with them. Actually, just while we talk about JFL modding though, I did download. Yeah, this is a here anyhow. JMW. But it has a skin there. So Doolin's skin. It's a Lindsay Transport skin. That was my skin, which I overwrote one of the other ones. I can't remember what it was, and then a Toll skin. And it's just a generic. Oh, and then I tried to create an extra skin, and for some reason I broke something, and it went all invisible. I tried to add a 6th one, and I couldn't get it to work. But yeah, cool bit of kit. But there is somewhere in here. Old trailer pack. It's the same modder has come out with this. So there's a trailer, which has a hitch in there on the back of it, which is pretty cool. Nice old wooden decked trailer. Guards. Let's go. Like guards. Oh yeah, guards over there. It's pretty cool. I was most excited about this actually. I like the coal tender. Pipes on either side. 40,000 litre capacity. This is pretty cool. Big long hoses on them. That's perfect for running one of the big seed tenders. You can have fertiliser in one and seed in the other. That's pretty cool. And then a tank as well. 20,000 litres. Pretty neat. What that takes actually, it doesn't say. Whether it's a... No, it doesn't say what it takes. This obviously takes lime as well, which is good. Boy's just about to finish high school. Nice. What scripts do I use? I use too many scripts, Jacqueline. How are you? Welcome along. Way too many scripts. Way too many to tell you them all. Hey, Bearded, thanks for stopping in, mate. Hope you can get a bit more shot. Thanks for lurking and boosting that view count for me. Appreciate that too. Hope we can catch you again soon. If anyone is looking for a Twitch stream and they want to go and watch, I'd suggest going and checking out Bearded Gamer's Twitch channel. He does some cool stuff. Yeah, he's got back into it after a little bit of a hiatus, so certainly suggest going and checking him out. Right, what we are going to do, we're going to take the combine down to the store and we're going to go and buy our corn header so we can go and harvest that corn in just a little while. We obviously need to get that contract finished first. Let's go and get that done. Heads above the blanket. Do whatever you want with your hands. As long as you're not doing it live on stream. Someone posted on Facebook the console 30 and over anyway. They showed a page of products and had meat products for the animals. I'm wondering what it was. I asked, I haven't heard back. I actually saw you comment on that, James. I don't know. I haven't really found a good meat processing mod yet. I know that there's one being developed and one being worked on slowly, but nothing specific that I know any more on, or at least that I can share with you. So, and yeah, the one you're referring to, I don't even know what it's about. Hey Jason, how are you? You need that coal bin for the console and you'll finally be happy at seating time. Didn't think Giants let it happen. So what it probably is it's probably, they haven't let it happen on console, I know that much. It's probably someone who has shared an image from a PC game mod going, how do we get this on console? Which is what most of it seems to be. Can't wait, next year you might get a new Kenworth 909. That new truck smell. Black Dragon has one for PC. Oh, okay. I thought a lot of modders were trying to really struggle how to get the unit of a single animal to one transfer at a transfer at a sell point, or at a and be a fill type to unload. I thought that was causing issues because there was something different I'd done with it, but I may be wrong. Right, I'm just going to check. It's alright, just making sure we didn't have our fill point in the wrong place. Now, I've got three options for corn heaters. So we've got the Capello 16 row is 12 meters long, wide. I also have somewhere in here the Olimac Drago, which will go up to special one. Specialist. It's 9 meters wide, so it's a little bit narrower. Or we go for one of the standard ones, like it's a case one, which is just there. It's 10 meters wide. We can go for the 9 meter Capello. Well, there's the bigger Capello or Drago. So yeah, check that out. Check out which one do you think we should get home reading at? Having a look at the wrong thing. Sorry, Matt. I don't mean to be rude on asking about someone else. What did I miss? But you mentioned going to watch Crafters YouTube. What is it? Crafters. I don't mean to be rude and asking about someone else's channel on your stream, but you mentioned going to watch Crafters YouTube. I can't remember what that is. Crofter. I said Bearded Gamer's Twitch channel. Bearded Gamer who does Twitch. Crofter hasn't released any videos yet. No, I not. Have you, Crofter? He's working on some, or was planning on doing some. Hey, Dylan Campbell, good morning from North Carolina. Good morning to you, sir. Hello. Another early riser in the mighty US of A. Right. I'm torn. I'm torn. Do we go wide? 7 miles, 6 miles. We go a little bit faster, but narrower. You're bored, so you're just going to the survey. You'll be back, Lee. Right, mate. All good. What? That goes at 6. I'm going to go for Let's try the Ollie Mac. I've been wanting to try this out for a while actually. So it came out. Let's give it a go. The difference between special is just white. I mean, I'm all for special. Stay. What's going to look best on the red? Go yellow and black. 78 grain. Hey, no worries, John. All good, mate. And I'm all for helping out others as well, promoting other channels. I had plenty of people who gave me shout outs and that across my earlier days in YouTube that I'm quite happy to have other channels mentioned and discuss what other people are doing and that sort of thing. I'm not precious about it. FSG and I were chatting about it the other day, like this, you know, at the end of the day, this is a hobby. I'm never ever going to be a quit my job, full-time YouTuber. I couldn't handle it. So it is just it is a hobby. It's something I love doing. Something I have fun doing. Okay. Some people collect stamps. I play farm sim. You heard that? Don't tell me that now, Morno. Ah, we'll find out, I suppose. We'll find out in due course. But, you know, we'll often give a shout out to anyone who's in stream, if I remember to, who's got their YouTube channel. Something about losing corn. Is that right? Oh. Oh, I don't like that. Sounds of that. Well, let's get everything down to the field, and once that contract's finished, we're going to skip time and get started. She's got 4 Red Bulls. What size Red Bulls? That's probably the big question. So what are your limits in Australia? How long are you able to drive without having a break? And then once you have a break, how long do you have to rest for? So if you're... oh well. Let us go and find out, Mornay. Suppose I've got no way to compare it, have I? 12 hours, right. Is that a company policy or is that a by law? Right. Is that there? Next on the list. Need a grain cart. Law. Right. Thank you, Scott. How are you, Scott? Welcome, Scott. Nice to see you, Scott. I suppose law and company policy can align, can't they? You're after a Red Bull Chinook. I would not say no. So, we're enjoying a Glenfarclas whiskey this evening. So cheers to everyone. Heatho Halloran, I am doing well. Thank you very much for asking. How about yourself? Having a tiger Chinook. Nice. Good drop. Pretty good. Awesome. Heath, pleased to hear that. James, you learnt something tonight that you should repair your headers every time you get done harvesting when you're done. Yeah, so as your headers get damaged, they can reduce your yield, actually. It certainly is something that's worth doing. I don't know if I've got it. I've got the... Let's have a look while we're driving along here. The additional settings. Now, do you know I was trying to find something the other day on my other live stream? Was that setting there? And I was looking in Easy Dev Tools, but it doesn't look like I've got the you know, go sailing past. Yep, done it. Go sailing past the field entrance. The repair and paint settings to reduce the duration of those. Can you drive 12 hours straight, or are you required to stop in US? So I can only drive 11 hours and have to take a break after 8. That's a good question. I don't know. Okay. Let's park this up in here. No wonder Aircraft is on. No wonder Children's on Firecraft. He's on the Tigers. Any great mods I'd recommend? There's lots of great mods. So it's pretty hard to recommend one or the other, hey? Do you know if there's any mods for John Deere tractors with LSW tyres as an option? Can't think of any off the top of my head. I've got any John Deere's installed. Yeah, I don't. Not off the top of my head. Maybe the custom modding ones do. Well, no, that'd be the only ones I can think of. But I might be wrong. Possibly Sid modding is 9R series or that. Right. Combine, check. Grain cart, check. Steiger running around the field. Looks like they have started on headlands. Check. Now we just need another Kenworth. That's Fent. The custom modding one, yeah, that's their Agco pack does too, doesn't it? I thought, yeah, okay. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I was gonna say you got fired in 22 and in 19. And you love phones with the autocorrect. Those are the two I've got as well. JMW. Yeah, got him. Oh, look at that, 37 fine folk in here this evening. Welcome along, everyone. Thank you all so very much for tuning in tonight. Hope you are enjoying the stream. If you are, do make sure you've left a like, hit that thumbs up button. Double check you're subscribed if you're not subscribed. Appreciate it if you'd do that as well. Of course, we are live this time every single Wednesday. Well, when I say every single Wednesday I can, but pretty much a regular stream for us, as well as on a Saturday afternoon, evening if you're in the US, very early Sunday morning for Kiwis and Australians, and what is it, mid-Saturday afternoon for, no, early Saturday evening for those in the European regions. Would I ever do another West Aussie series, like the big one? I'm keen to, I'm just looking for, just need the right map to come out for it. Hey, I didn't want to do it on West Aussie again. I know there's a West Aussie 4X out there I could have done something similar on, but I want to do something similar with that. Same concept, having lots of equipment, horsepower, sort of. Just need to find the right map to do it on. Here we go. Thank you, Chinook and Scott. Just as I was saying the same thing. Right, so we are all staged. We've got everything down here we need. Just haven't got corn that's quite ready yet. Now, this was a field we bought planted and growing, so hence the fact that it needs rolling, well, not that I've rolled, that it's not fertilised at all, that it does have large weeds. We have a miserly 30% yield bonus, so it's not going to be the best field, but we picked it up at a steal. In fact, good. Still shows the value of it, does it? Might have rebounded actually. I think we paid about half of that for it, if I remember correctly. Landed. Yeah, I didn't realise it came with it too. It's good. Bonus. I'm a bit confused. Is John Deere not the biggest brand in Australia? It probably is one of the biggest ones, Morno. I just decided when we were doing this not use John Deere. I wanted to use something a bit different. Right, let's ride along with the Steiger here and let him get finished, and we'll be able to skip that time forward and go and do some harvesting. Tin Man Pickle, how are you? Chaff it. I asked that earlier and no one said to, so we're going to harvest it. I've got everything set up to go and harvest it now. We'll have to do some silage another time. And then I'm running red. I have to fight the urge to always use John Deere. So that was my Deer Creek before we were doing this. We had Deer Creek, which was all green. We've got some green on Stone Valley with the tractors, so trying to mix it up. Missed the vote, Tin Man. You did. You would have won too because no one else voted. Pretty big case presence in the area with this map. See, yeah, cases. I think case would be right up there, wouldn't it? We don't. Like John Deere would be the biggest in New Zealand. Case isn't. Case would be up there. We've probably got a much wider variety now over the last 5 or 10 years with the likes of Fent and Voucher and Massey, New Holland, Class have a big presence here, so it has mixed things up. Who's seen what R&L modding and planning with adding irrigation actually having to water crops for yield bonus? I have seen what they're working on there, Crofter. What would be even better is if they can integrate it with pumps and hoses and you actually have to run water hoses out to the irrigation system or something like that. That's what I'm most looking forward to seeing someone try and do with the pumps and hoses stuff. Australia, so should be green or red machines. Bit of New Holland around, Jason, or not? Lots of Class down in Otago, is that right? We've got quite a few around here. Obviously Class is the predominant forage harvesters for silage. Pretty much the vast majority is Class. Brown is probably the second I see around here. And then the occasional John Deere, occasional New Holland, I think. Mainly Class. Hey Dylan, thanks mate. Nice to see you. Chat soon, eh? Have a wonderful day. Travel safe or be safe, whatever you're doing. Case is probably the most used in the central west New South Wales. You've got New Holland. There we go. Here you go, Mornay, from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Of course, Jason's qualified to comment being a John Deere dealer, and Heath's in central west New South Wales. Here we are. Big, cool, claiming Class in New Zealand. We're full of it. Full of Class. Blue and Agco are more regional due to dealerships are red and green all over. Yeah, there you go. No, fair enough, Steel Horse. Hey, I've got to take it as well as I give it. And I'm not shy on giving it, so. How fast is this contract from being finished? 90%. Probably won't need to get the whole way around to be able to finish it, to be fair. Be a little bit cheeky with that. Well, after a bit of a shaky start with the internet, things have settled down again, touch wood. Need the T908 Kenworth mod. Have I got the T900 in here? I think I do. Now, I've used the T900 on another save, in fact on Elk Mountain. Okay, there's the Agco, that's the one we've got. Stop it. Yeah. No? Doesn't. I thought it did. Do the wrong pack. Yeah, and I've got the T900 on another save, which is pretty cool. A few from the Central West. I think he was asking Heath where he was from, JMW. Alright, come on, contract. Oh, no game sound because I tabbed out of the game? We're good now, John, I think. When I'm on that screen, it doesn't sound. Thank you for pointing that out. Or if I tab out of the game and go into like my browser or something, it loses sound too. A little bit frustrating. Because it's the opposite around. If I'm tabbed out of a browser, if I have a browser running in the background, the browser sound will come through. On your break right now. So whereabouts are you right now then, JMW, and you're not in Brisbane? Or you're just about to leave Brisbane? Or are you halfway between Brisbane and Melbourne? It's a funny reflection. Funny pick up the skybox. Hoping we might have picked up a nice tractor reflection. 99. Contract finished. Right, there we are. Sorry, dear neighbour. I'm going to click that one. It's going to make our tractor disappear. And then we can click the other one. Beautiful. Double check. So, alright. Head over here. So I think, looking at the calendar, that one there, on, we've got to go all the way to September to get ready. Alright, well stick with me, we're just going to sleep our days away pretty quick. Am I missing out on any planting? I'm not missing out on anything, we're not going to plant any sugarcane. The skipping forward time, we're not going to miss out on any chance to put any crops in. Go really fast. Zoom zoom. Actually, just one thing I want to double check. We're not missing out on any good prices on any of our crops either, are we? Barley is... no, barley's December. Canola's November. We're skipping forward to October. September. Right, let's get through to the next day. Ah, it's going to rain. Right, we'll skip through the rain. Yeah, all gone. Corn's got ready to go. Just like that. Now we're going to have some hungry sheep, I reckon. Yeah, we'll have to deal with them before the end of the stream. They're not looking too happy. Too happy or healthy, so we'll go and sort them out. Let's go and see. You're around Dubbo and Narromine, Scott. Ah, Mr. FSG. Good evening, or good morning to you, sir. How are you? Welcome along. Recovered from your weekend away, have you? And what on earth were you doing sending me a message? What were you doing up at 4 AM your time? Hope you were like a lot of the idiots in here who couldn't... I mean, lovely people who have joined the stream who can't sleep. Nice to see you, mate. Hey, Spud, how are you, mate? Good to have you here too. You were lying awake. That's pretty cool animation on that header. I like that. Alright, let's see if we have any issues with it. Found a mod on King Mods 8R with LSWs. Good. I'm pleased you found that. Right. Now I've really got no way of comparing this to another header, see if we're going to lose anything, but here we are, off at 7 miles per hour. This feels fast. Feels really fast. Which is a good thing. Why would you sub to that? Why would you sub to him, JMW? Don't do that. What time is it there? 20 past 8 here. It is 20 past 10, so we are 2 hours ahead of you. How do you see, how can you see where you're going with it like that, Chinook? Probably the bigger question. Right, let's try and set some GPS up heading along this way. It's going to be our best side to do it on. I'll tell you what, that is feeling like a pretty low yield so far. I hope you went right, Mornay. Our line's looking, they look good. Perfect. You can see plenty. I mean, how good does it look though? How good does that look? So much better than the base game dust. JMW, thanks for hanging out, my friend. Welcome. Great to have you here. I was going to say welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream, and thank you for being a part of it tonight. I appreciate that. Right, Crofter's yelled at you all now, so you'll have to make sure you've hit that like button. He yelled it at you. I have got yes, I do have relight on this. It's the modded version in the map though. I haven't. Oh. 1 second. I think. Bear with. Did I change it? No, still using the. I'm still using the modded version in the map rather than the standalone one. I've changed it back to standalone on a couple of other saves, Griffin I think, and possibly Elk Mountain, but this one's still built into the map. But yes, it's good. It's so good. It's dusting crop actually. It's the opposite of crop dusting. Normally crop dusting you dust on top of the crop. This is the crop doing the dusting. So it's probably dust cropping then, be the correct term. I don't know. Choking with all the dust. Oh, you're going to set off some allergies. You reckon, Swiss Mizzy? It is, Scott. On itch.io, what's the... Someone wants to share the link. Someone who can. I think if SG, you can share links. I'm going to share the link for the relight itch.io. Here we go, thank you sir. So there's a standalone version now, so you just have to drop it into your mod folder. Rather than editing the map for it. It is still only PC only though, at the moment, Scott. Best way is to finish the headland, then get another header and run the same headland and then compare. Yeah, that would have been a good way to do it. I'm intrigued. I didn't save beforehand, so I wouldn't be able to run the exact same headland. What we could do, we'll do a test day, Mornay. I'll finish this pass. And what we'll do is we will then do another lap. I have to hope I get about the same. I'll do another lap of the field with this header, then we'll reload the save and we'll try another similar width header. We'll have to get the same 9 meter wide one. And to see, because it does feel, for corn, it does feel like it's not yielding very high, but I don't have that high yield bonus either because I didn't have the chance to prep the field because we bought it in this state. All you can see is dust. Is it too much, is it? What are we testing? Oh, so the header, this header, Mornay thought that he'd seen some comment around it being losing corn, not having the same yield as other headers. Cannot wait for the next Wyoming episode. You and me both, White. You and me both. I want to know what happened in the crash. The train and the flames. But what I really want to see is the apology and the next news item where there's a retraction issued about dirty equipment and an acknowledgement. Right. See where that is that. So if we do this, save the game. We'll run one more lap with this header. Then we'll reload the game and run one lap with a different header and see what we get. In the name of science. Just do a land run. Yeah, I could do a land run too. Well, I've read that too late now though. Are they similar lengths if I did this? Well, that saves me having to resave it. So what we'll do, we'll get the grain cut over here. In fact, let's scientifically do this. Let's square the field off. If I can. Crofty's working hard at it, had 2 updates and tweaked ProShot. Is this this relight you're talking about? My equipment isn't getting that dirty all the time. I need a detonator. Can anyone send me a detonator? Right. We're doing this properly, team. We're going to run all the way down the other end here. Watch that news update on Wyoming. It was very well done, wasn't it, White? Empire, funny feeling I may be waiting a while for the news to apologise for false reporting. Wouldn't be the news if they apologise, would it? Good point, good point. Alright, we'll square off the field down here. Just in the name of science, we are going to be perfect. Hey Peter, how are you? Good evening to you too. Welcome along. Probably good morning for you, isn't it? My time zone's correct. Typical media. I know, Scott. I know, right? He's still on. You're quite right there, Steel Horse. That's a good point. Alright. So we can run down this side of the field. We'll go down and we'll empty out, and then we'll do a pass with the this header, and then we'll get another header. That is a nice square field on that side. It's an interesting question for those of you in the UK and Europe. Do you get Bathurst? Are you able to watch Bathurst? We've had a good chat about it tonight, obviously. But is it live in the Northern Hemisphere? Live in Europe? What is the one above the star next to chat? I think it means... I don't know. I'm not looking at it, James. One above the star next to chat. Not live, maybe on Motors TV or yours, but not on the main channels. Yeah, shame. Missing out. I was just thinking we'll have time to squeeze in watching a Japanese Grand Prix before we will record our No Man's Land on Sunday. Be an early morning for you, won't it? Should be able to stream it on Channel 10. Watch it live on YouTube. I'm sure there'll be some way you can find it on a website somewhere. Of dubious ethical standings. Alright. You've got a VPN. You pretend to be an Aussie for a few hours. Accent and all. A dog ran under. Is it a dog ran under your trailer when I was backing onto a dock? It's not very clever dog, is it? Yeah, mate. Alright, now in the interest of even better science, we're going to do this. We're not even going to go down the same course. We're going to skip a row. Alright, moment of truth. And someone's going to have to be responsible for remembering the numbers. James, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. Very generous, thank you. No, I'm not saving it, FSG, because I've squared it off, so I'll just we'll just compare two passes down the same field. It'll be close enough to being scientific. Let him in for the weekend, you just need to borrow Jason's jet. He's probably got his own steel horse, but doesn't need to borrow anyone's. So this is a, let's cruise along here, play, auto drive, sorry. This is a 9 meter wide heater. So what do we have? 9 meter wide, that's 9 meter. So we'll pick that up, take the Capello on that, see what it's like. And that can be our comparison. They have live streaming on the V8 Supercars Facebook and YouTube channels, will they? We get it live in New Zealand anyhow. Argsy lines over the numbers. Alright, hang on. Get rid of that for now. Ah, there you go, Scott. Very fortunate. Been very lucky with some gifted memberships lately. There we go, 4,258 litres. We'll run empty. I mean, it does start at 1 PM our time, so that's what, 1 AM your time. Could be a long night. I wanted to get up and watch it all. Nothing a VPN won't get around those steel horse. Right, 4258. Who's going to remember that for me? I'll write it down. 4258. I would have thought that tonight's stream was going to end up as a science experiment. Pop over here. Do that. Jump in here. Release that here. This one, 9 meter. Yep, that's the one. Release that. See what science tells us. 542. This is 4258 JMW. Don't confuse me. FSG, the beer was so good. So what happened in Germany stays in Germany situation. Do you know what? He's probably going to convince me. She tried to convince me the other day that if I'm coming over for FarmCon, I should stay long enough to go to the Edinburgh, the Royal Tattoo. He's probably going to say, oh, if you're coming over for FarmCon, I'm going to stay long enough for the Royal Tattoo. You might as well stay for long enough to be able to go to Beerfest. Oktoberfest. Alright. Now the only downside is there is a little bit of a difference, I think, on this road. We're about five or six plants less. But we should be taking the same 9 meters because we've completely skipped the road. There's no overlap on the edges. This is entirely scientific. They keep changing starting times, so there's no longer time to walk from the track to the pub between the two. I saw that. Only a few weeks later. Yeah, well, you invited me to stay for Christmas next. FSG pays. I could sleep on the couch that Doggo sleeps on in his studio. See, JMW, is this it? Again, only a few weeks later, exactly. Happy to show me around in the Netherlands. Oh, thank you. Could be a tour of Europe at this rate. But I've managed to find time out of work to be able to do it yet. Four 258. Oh, are we halfway? 2-2. Where it's gonna be. I reckon it's going to be damn similar. Technically, I think this should be a few litres less because we started off with a few litres less. I reckon this might be 424 or something. You reckon it's going to be more White Dragon? Duct tape tie wraps in a large suitcase. Well, at this rate he's going to have Mrs. Argsy to worry about as well, so she'll probably just let me go willingly. She'll probably help you duct tape me up. The fun thing is you can do it. 4258 was the magic number. Getting close. 39. 4. 4-1. 4-2. 4-11. Well, I think if I take what the equivalent of a corner off this one, I reckon that's pretty much exactly the same. I'll take the fact that there might have been how many litres difference are we? 34 litres difference at the moment. Missing plants were the difference at the other end. I think so. So perhaps I only downloaded this recently, Mornay, so perhaps this is a updated version of that. The version I've got is the updated version. Perhaps they fixed some issues. The numbers don't make sense. The numbers never make sense. No, I don't have precision on this one, Empire. I started the save before precision came out, so I decided not to add it in. But pretty much every game running forward, I will be using that. Definitely. Oh, slightly may have been the difference with the yield. Yeah, it could have been. No, we're not having any yield, you can see on the map yet, so it won't make a difference. Mods on Mod Hub, correct? Yes, it is. Yep. So I only downloaded it a few days ago, but I can't remember. Look, if right. Way back on the Mod Hub, so only mark Drago. No, no update on it either. Also, activate or deactivate the mulch machine. Don't know how I do that. Alright, there we go. Hey, DJ, how are you? I'm tabbed out as chat and didn't see that. Welcome along, mate. You did say you'd be here on Wednesday morning / Wednesday evening, if you're looking at it from my world. It was nice of Giants to take a day off after you'd been on holiday, so you didn't have to rush to catch up on things. Give you a quiet few days of mods leading back into getting back to work. TJ Crash Counter Gaming is in the house. That was that row was 3767. So I think that's the difference. Like, so let's have a look. Oh, what's 29.81 feet in meters? Look, 29.81 feet to. Oh, it is 9 meters. I think that's the resolution of the game in terms of pixels. That's why when I did the first test, I made sure I had a clear row either side, because I think it picks up a little bit less each time. I think, anyhow. Hey, you can see the difference with the mulching. I didn't notice that. So does that show a different texture then? Yeah, there we go, look at that. Not showing harvested because that header mulches. That's pretty cool. Very neat. Bring back over there. Perfect, that's much better. You've been a bit bored. Oh, and this is where I got a little bit off whack because I thought my GPS was going to miss a row, and then I missed a row because of the GPS. Oh, Peter. Now I'm going to miss a row on that side. No. Now this is where I say I better collect all of this because Tim Maslin's probably lurking in chat, like he was last time. I think my specific words were, I won't worry about that because Tim's not here, and then he piped up and said, yes I am. Got completely caught out. Record random videos. Hey Aussie Odd, how are you? No need to apologise, you are here, that is the key thing. No matter whether it's the start of the stream or the end of the stream. Alright, we'll head back up and we'll go swap headers back over, I think. I like the 7 miles per hour, so I like the fact it mulches. That's pretty cool. My Esmer inhaler. I'm in an air-conditioned cab. I'm in an air-conditioned cab, Chinook. I don't know what you're talking about. Absolutely fine and dandy in here. Oh, except I'm missing rows now. Now I can't see the rows I missed because of the dust. beautiful. Well, would you look at that? Welcome to the team, Yoss. Pleasure to have you here. It's like 7 pollen filters on those things, all good. You're a legend, mate. Thank you very much for becoming part of the team. You did it all on your own. Next thing you'll tell us you're able to make mods and program things. Morning, Andy. How are you? Good to see you. Should I say evening? Angus, thank you very much for hanging out, mate. Nice to have your company and have you lurking in the background. Hope you've enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one, eh? Yes, what are we? 10:47 PM here. So I reckon we'll race through this field. We'll get this field chopped out. Tell you what, we probably didn't even need to bring the grain cart over. It's about gone straight in the truck. The way things are going. When we looked at this earlier, we're only getting a, what did I say, 31, or 31 there. It's only a 30% yield bonus. We've got no fertilizer, we've got weeds, needs rolling. It's potential harvest quantity 66,000 litres. Interesting to see what we end up with then, won't it? That was a snoot in the eye. That's what we just ended up with. Hey Scott, you legend. Thank you very much for the super chat. We should get an acknowledgement of that by the way of a cow very soon. Alright, we're going to get rid of this header. There it is. Go. All up on the screen. Oh, don't park too close to the fence. Alright, let's jump back into this mulching one because that's pretty cool. Now that scientific Argsy has proven that there was no loss, no header loss or anything like that, we can carry on with it. Confidence. Oh, look at that. White Dragon's just joined the team too. Thank you very much, White Dragon. Welcome. Great to have you here as well. I want to say how blessed I am to have such a wonderful community. Awesome bunch of humans who just put up with whatever ramblings I go on with and create a fun couple of hours each Wednesday night and a couple of hours every Sunday morning, and forever leaving very lovely comments on videos. It's so cool to have. I wonder what you were saying about app you put down coming to consoles. Partner. It's like, did I miss an app they were trying to bring to consoles? To be honest, I've found it really hard to keep up with what's happening and things because I'm being a good boy and watching less YouTube at work. So I found it. I'm out of the loop half the time. Actually, a good thing I didn't go for the bigger header because for some reason I thought we had a 9250. I think it would have struggled with that bigger header. Does it have a horsepower requirement on it? It doesn't. I reckon that might have been pushing it just a little bit too much. By the way, Argsy, loving those 5-minute farmer vids. Genius ideas for those with limited time of a morning to get ready for work. Hey, Cheese Empire. That was certainly the catalyst behind it, was sort of giving little bite-sized pieces. It's not quite a short. It's kind of a little bit more than a short, but not too much more, so rest assured there are more coming. It has been a busy few weeks with family and work and things like that, but I've got a few more recorded, but I'm going to try and bank a few more before I start doing them live. I might go, instead of trying to do them every single day like I had, maybe go to every second day and just have enough in the bank to be able to do that, and that might be giving me more chance to fit some of the other content in around it. So I love how you deleted your comment because you said you YP in the first one, Chinook, and then did exactly the same thing again. That tiger's gone straight to your head. Oh, that's funny. Apartment's having to be redone. It's been through testing 3 times already and failed. Well, credit to modders who stick with it. I must admit, if it was me, I'd probably would have had enough by the time I got to that far. I would have decided that with it. Pulled the pin. Just out of curiosity, can you see the choppers on this? No, the mulching. Can't. You can see it getting mulched, but they have choppers underneath. We'll have a look when we lift it up. It's quite a cool little header, I must admit. Now that we know that it doesn't lose grain. Hey, Crofter, Argsy rules, grab a cold one. Hey, thank you very much, Crofter. Won't have a cold one, but I'll have a little bit more of my finest Scottish, which is room temperature as it should be. There you go, you can see the choppers in there underneath. Or are those the, no, they're the choppers for the, that's the stalk choppers, isn't it? Not mulchers. Perhaps it's just a phantom mulcher, just with that feature built into it. Either way, it's pretty cool. Can't see much for the dust. I know, Andy. John, I just scanned your message and I just said, hey, I'm back, sorry, took a dump. I'm pleased I reread it properly. Next 2 days I'm going to be playing on my Xbox to get some farming as well. I might play DayZ. Nice. Good idea. I think I've been around 15-20 serves recorded between my Western Wilds series and How Bay's series waiting to be edited and posted. Just time in life that seems to be getting hectic. Yep. As someone said to me today, good friend Legion, I was having a chat to him, he said quality over quantity. Amen to that. I love the dyslexia. This field's gone through pretty quick actually. Racing through it. It's good. It's good to get things done. In fact, while we're just driving along here, let's jump into here. Don't need that anymore. What did the lease on that cost? 4 grand or something, didn't it? Let's actually be able to tell it'll be in money. I'm going to reimburse myself. 4845. No. 4845. Okay. In the name of science, we reimbursed it. Would have been too much information on your part. That's what it was. Certainly would have been, John. Not you in particular, John, but I'm sure it wouldn't put it past some of them in chat to have spoken in that way. I think 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night, you can have a few of those moments. Too many tigers, John. Tell you what, we're getting closer to all the spring work starting up around us. A few more tractors out and about. Seen a couple of fields have been ploughed. And some grass fields that have been sprayed, and grass is dying off in preparation for ploughing and getting them ready for some crop. So, lots going on. I said it last year, but I'm going to try and get out with my old man and see if we can spend some time in his tractor. Might see when he's working the fields near our house whether I'll give him a break. Say, go home, I'll do this one. A bit of fun. A bit of fun if we can. Right. We're going to empty out. Would I pressure wash my field to get the dirt tracks off? Isn't that what irrigators are for? You pivot, so you turn, once you've finished harvesting a field, you turn your pivot on to wash the tracks away, isn't that? That was my understanding anyhow, maybe I'm mistaken. Alright, probably not much more room in there, so we'll bring the truck in. According to the news, Argsy doesn't know what a pressure washer is. Quite the opposite, Empire. Quite the opposite. I was the expert on pressure washing. And it was a bit of ridicule to say, do real farmers wash your equipment? It was a suggestion I might not have been a real farmer. That's where the slanderous content came in to play. Brakes, cab corn. Nothing's happening around here, it's too wet again still. You're off, Shubs, phone's about to die. Oh good buddy, nice to see you this evening. We're not too far away from finished. Get this last bit of corn done and we'll be done anyhow. But nice to have you here, buddy. Catch you again soon. Beautiful number one. Those big tyres on it. Sheer view. You used my image. Goodness. I mean, I know, in fact, you did not have your disclaimer. I know you have your disclaimer about any likenesses to real people in your normal episodes, but that did not come through on the news. I hope you don't get pulled over too, JMW. Like a real farmer has time to wash things till the job's done. Hey, I'm not washing it until it's finished. We'll get this back to the yard and then we'll give it a good clean down. You paid a third party to... Oh, wow. In that case, who's your third party designer? Because I want to get some royalties off him for the use of my image. There we go, yeah, Peter's onto it. Do I get royalties? No. No royalties. You feel like you need to Photoshop some dirt into something. Editorial content equals no royalties. Just wait for the court summons. Ah. Who can believe the news nowadays, Jason? I agree. Do you know the funny part is, FSG had shared that news thing with me, what, this time last week? I think, was just before you headed off. And honestly, if I had more time, I was going to prepare a rebuttal. It was something, but I just didn't have the time. I really, a rebuttal would have been fun. But anyhow, especially when it's read by AI, that's just what every news presenter is, an AI robot, aren't they? Depends whether they're controlled by the right-leaning masters or the left-leaning masters. And politicians, well, that's what the left and right-leaning ones are, though. Or are you just saying politicians are AI robots? If you can't laugh at it, what can you laugh at, eh? You gotta have some fun doing this. Like I said earlier, that's what we're in it for. Have some fun, have a laugh. Make some people smile. I'm malfunctioning in the UK just now. What was the sign? What did I see on Facebook this week? A sign in a outside a pub or a cafe or something in Scotland that said, what did it say? Carpenters needed. No, cabinet makers needed. 10 Downing Street. Tools provided. Does it say something like tools provided? Something like that. No tools needed, they're all inside, or something like that. It's quite funny. It's one of those you had to read it, but you get the gist of it. Is it me or the game glitching? If you're talking about the flickering in the dust, that's a game thing. That's the Dusty Lands. Bump it right down, get rid of it. Won't even see it now. That's what you were talking about. But if you are... it could be you too if you're on mobile data. Heath O'Halloran, thank you very much for that super chat. Very generous. Appreciate that. Thank you. Politicians don't get paid $350,000 for reading the teleprompter. No. When is the best time for corn? Oops, sorry. It's the wrong menu, that one. That's the one. Corn. June or December. Now I have added... what's our price difference in dry corn? Oh, no sell. Maybe we'll just skip to regular corn. Just have to pull up on the side of the road. That's probably a good idea. Cool how it mulches the bits that the other header did too. You're going to have a funny pattern actually. It'd be interesting to look at the field now. You'll probably be able to see we've turned around. Which map? Yeah, you can see that pass that we did with the other header. Good times. Well, not much more to do will be done. And we'll be done for the evening. As always, just make sure if you have enjoyed things tonight, make sure you have hit that thumbs up button, left a like on the stream. Be very much appreciated. And if this is your first time catching me live, which I have seen a few new names tonight, which has been very cool, make sure you have got that subscriber button ticked as well. If it's grayed out, you are all good to go. It looks... does it not look flat without the dust? I mean, that just... maybe the dust in the head is a little bit too much, but does that not look just so much better? What PC do I run, Heath? I have got an Intel i7. I have got an RTX 3070. I've got 16 gig of RAM and a 1 terabyte SSD. I can't tell you much more than that, top of my head. It was a pre-built one I got from a PC company here. Hey, no worries, James. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Appreciate you being here. Thank you very much again for that super chat. You're very generous. First time catching a live for you, Empire, but you've been subscribed to us, me and FSG, for quite a while. Well, pleased you're able to catch one live. They are a lot of fun. Actually, I really enjoy live streams. I'll enjoy jumping into others' live streams as well, when time allows. Hey, Faber, how are you? Welcome along. Good to see you. John reminds me of a job ad I saw in the paper years ago. Now hiring workers needed to work in a piggy bank. I rang the number and they answered, "Why on police?" Funny. Obviously someone taking a little bit of the piss. Oh, that is quite funny. Ooh, Scott saying dust in front of the header is a bit too much in Europe. It just needs, maybe just tone that down a little bit. I think it's worse in corn because the corn's so tall. I think it'll be alright in some of the shorter cereal crops because it doesn't stick up quite so badly. Is what it is. Oh, Mr. Faber Farming has become a member of the team too. Thank you very much, Faber. Appreciate that. Most generous of you. Great to have you here. I wanted to hop in the combine then. Alright, hold that header up. Yeah, thanks Faber. Appreciate you joining. Very nice to have you as part of the team. Time to end the stream. Oh, piggery. Oh, oops, no, we want to fold the combine up now. That pipe put away. Did canola today, it was the same. Ah, okay. But no, great. Renewing. Thank you. Grant, you're back. You lost the net for a bit. All good. We're just heading back to the farm and parking everything up and wrapping things up tonight. Heath, love watching your lives. A couple of months ago I got petrol on my leg and now I've got 3rd-degree burns on the back of your leg. Oh, is that like a chemical burn from the petrol? You'll be on for a few minutes, James. Cool. It's interesting how the weeds grew out in that field, by the way. One thing I haven't been able to figure out where the tyres are and that it didn't grow and other bits did. Aussie odd, just seeing FSG survived Oktoberfest. He did. And then only photo he shared from Oktoberfest other than cars was of his brother-in-law. It looked like he didn't know which way he was going and which way the beer was taking him. Ended up in hospital for 2 weeks. Oh, that's nasty. Your liver might not have... Oh. Farming, have I tried Courseplay 7112? If so, how have you got on with the auger wagon? I have not tried it with an auger wagon yet. I have used it, but yeah, not with an auger wagon. It is on the list of things to do. And in fact, maybe next live stream on Southern Cross, we're on Southern Cross now, on Stone Valley. We'll probably be harvesting some beets, so there might be a chance to do that then. Look at that. Real farmer washes his equipment once he's finished with it. Fuel it up too while we're here. Alright, while that's doing that, let's take this back. This is called a pressure while your eyes. I wouldn't have ordinarily bothered, but, you know, seeing I had two of my favourite dirty farmers in here. Auger wagon's good, isn't perfect, but it's better than auto drive for unloading combine. That's interesting. I'm pleased to hear that. Thank you for that feedback. I'm certainly keen to try it out. Because I know when I started doing West Aussie and FS19, my first one was using Courseplay auger wagons and grain carts. And I made the fatal mistake of using an articulated tractor, which we know what Courseplay is like with articulated tractors. But also, even with the RTs, it still wasn't the best, and I've since found auto drive seemed to work a lot better in that instance. So I'll be keen to see how they've improved. Bad for the environment. That is not bad for the environment. I'm able to spot leaks much faster by having a clean equipment. I don't have oil that just caked into dirt that drips off in the middle of the field once it gets on too far. I can manage the leaks. I'm not dropping oil all over the place. Many reasons why clean equipment's better. It weighs less, my equipment's lighter, therefore it burns less fuel for the same result. Whereas a heavy dirt laden piece of kit just burns much more diesel, so it's more fuel efficient. It goes faster because it's shinier, less aerodynamic resistance. Can't afford to wash it anymore because of the price of electricity. Did I read somewhere? Actually, my old man said, yeah, gas pipe that spontaneously ruptured in the North Sea released more methane than anything else has, and like something like 90% of the yearly methane was released or something in that one rupture. I don't know if that was the correct numbers, but it was something like that. Never use articulated tractors. Yeah. That was certainly a lesson I learned with Courseplay. Buck over water, a sponge and a chamois. Sponge would be possible as a mod. I figured it would be because you can do the handheld hoses and that, can't you? That'd be pretty cool actually. Here you go. You've done the detonator, maybe you need to do that now. Right, let's tab through on the truck. 6, that wasn't bad actually. Didn't the field say it was going to be like, it's gone now. I'm sure it said it was something like 66,000 litres. We've ended up 65.5. Not bad. Not bad at all. IRL, my guys, always wash everything after they're finished for those exact reasons. I've heard others argue that dirt blocks leaks, so you don't have... If you do have a leak, it gets blocked by the dirt. Are these all bullet points for a future No Man's Land episode? Just keeping up my sleeve, Empire. Ruptured by the Russians. That's speculation, FSG. You have no evidence to confirm that. 2 holes. Yeah, they ruptured. There was 2 ruptures at the same time in a pipe, controlled by a foreign government. Do I farm in real life? Not any longer. Well, not really, Heath. I live on a farm, or I live rurally. My parents and family farmers around where our house is, and my parents live just down the road and still actively farm, but I haven't spent a huge amount of time on the farm for a wee while. I am interested in trying to get back involved in some way. Not sure how that will work, what shape that might take, but certainly something I'd like to do again. Right, let's see if we can get all this corn in. Protects the paint too, really? When it's dirty you can see oil leaks better. No, when it's clean you can see the oil leaks better because the dust sticks to it and it's the only place that has dust on it, Peter. Dirt doesn't block leaks, it's like putting a stick in plaster over a broken pipe. Exactly. I was only trying to counter an argument for the incoming obvious ones. Saw it on the news, so it must be true. Your sources say it was the Russians. Having worked in the... I mean, it's funny that I'm like, I like cleaning the equipment on here, because I would have been terrible on the farm when I was young. Even my car, you should see my car at the moment, being winter and... or end of winter and travelling and that, it's filthy. It is in a big dire need of a clean. Where did I put this? We're just going to quickly give these sheep listen to them. I can't listen to them crying like they are. Ooh. Well, those ones have still got a bit of hay. That'll be alright. I was hoping the bale was going to fall off. More like Special Ops FSG, why would you when it's putting cash in the bank? Considering the gas wasn't flowing in it and there's no money going nowhere. Do I have a link for those trailers? These ones are JFL modding as well, same person who does the Kenworth. Lusty tippers. I can find it. Have a quick. Pretty fun. It's on Facebook, and you race to it fast. Back at someone else. Yeah, I knew you'd. I'm gonna do it anyhow. Delete FSG's comment. I knew someone would beat me to it. Thank you, FSG. Appreciate that. Love the trailers are cool how they tip. I agree. We need to give them some quick water. Give them some water and then we can call it quits. I think there's going to be some investigative and journalism into the best way to clean your equipment. Steel horse. Hello Kyle, how are you doing? These ones must have been so hungry and thirsty they hadn't produced any wool. Interesting. Ah, because that bale's not close enough. It wasn't in the trigger. Crack back and give that a shove. I'm doing well, thank you very much for asking. Mike dropping he's out of here. Your taxi to Renaboo just turned up. Cheers for the stream. You are welcome, Andy. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're done anyhow. There we go. Everything's happy and going to be healthy again. All right. Oh, very productive. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me today. It's been a lot of fun. Good to get back into doing this. As supplementing my lack of other content at the moment. So hopefully next week we can start bringing some more videos back to you and get into those again very soon. Anyhow, thank you all very much for the super chats and those of you who joined the channel as members this evening. Appreciate you all very, very much, and appreciate everyone else just as equally so. It's been a pleasure to have you all here. Make sure you've dropped a like on your way out if you haven't already. We're sitting on 62, it'll be great to get a little bit higher than that, but equally so, appreciate everyone who has tuned in. So until next time, we'll catch you all this time next week, or on Stone Valley hopefully on Stone Valley on Sunday morning. I am going away for a couple of nights. Hopefully I'll be back in time for Bathurst, but if I'm not, enjoy Bathurst. Go Holden, go Here's Fiji. Let's see a Kiwi on top again. I know how much that infuriates Mark Scaife. He hates it. So fingers crossed we can get another Kiwi on top. But anyhow, thanks everyone. Take care. We'll catch you in the next one.